Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Benchmark Radio Podcast. Long time no see.
How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. Right now, what day is it? Tuesday?
Yeah,
it is
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday evening, so we're kind of switching things up. Usually we do it on a Sunday night, but we're just doing it when we got time. So
Yeah, it's about 7:30.
7:30.
Yeah, so
Actually, just got done doing some pickleball court for you.
yeah, I was playing
You're
pickleball.
really into pickleball.
Oh, it's a
aren't
great.
you?
You know, Mark, pickleball is life. That's all I'm gonna say.
How does that work?
Pickleball is life. I have a shirt that says that. I'm a real big pickleball.
Do you really have a shirt that says
I do.
pickleball is
I got it in
life?
Florida. Yeah. It was $10.
Well, of course, it was in Florida because all the old people played pickleball.
Yeah, well, I was down in the villages.
Exactly.
You know the villages?
Yeah, our family friends have a place in the villages.
Yeah, my uncle does. We were down there.
They're expanding.
It's insane. I
Right.
would love to be the guy that owns the contracts for that because he is making millions.
I know. I was gonna
millions,
all the land,
billions.
all the land that they use, or that they're buying to build all this stuff. It all used to be cattle roaming land,
Oh yeah.
which I don't know how I feel about that. But no, our family friends live there, and they said that it's almost doubled in size. All the contractors that work on those projects, it's
Right.
crazy. They're built. I don't know.
I'll explain if anybody here does not know the villages. It's
For foreign listeners,
it's a town, I guess, a city in Florida. Think of it as its own bubble. You do not need to leave the villages. It's a big golf cart community too, so you can get everywhere on golf carts.
they got some pretty high-end golf carts too.
You can spend 30 grand if you want an old Model T looking golf cart. You can get a classic 50s car golf cart. All these old guys, they don't know what to spend their money on, so they buy $30,000 golf carts. But back to how the villages is ran. So the villages is basically a bunch of mini villages into one big village. It's how's your zebra cake? That's 2 years old.
Oh yeah, that's right. They took them off the shelf.
They took
No
them
wonder.
up. Yeah, they're free. We like to give Mark the leftovers here.
I'm
The
gonna
Diaz
have-
family.
I'm gonna have quite the experience in the bathroom later.
Oh yeah, I hope so. Yeah, you're breaking it apart on my bar.
I'll clean it up.
Yeah. But no, back to the villages. So it's think about it this way. So you have like a subdivision that has a pool and their own rules, their own HOA. There's hundreds of those.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has their own pool, like in
It's
their
basically just like
cul-de-sac.
It's basically just like a state, and then every little town has their own rules,
Right.
but it's just condensed.
So I don't know the exact numbers. So there's like I just said, one of those villages, they each have their own pool. Let's say there's 12 of those. That's like a center. And there's like a dozen more of these centers. So each of these centers, there's shopping mall, like a little like outside shopping mall, and then a big like stage with like live music every night. Everything
And-
ends at 9 p.m. though. That's what's stupid because they're all old.
And the workers at the establishments aren't. No, they get real people in there too. I thought the village.
What do you
workers,
think they're AI? What do you
Well,
mean
no.
real people?
Sometimes, like I think that people at the villages they can work at like the Walmart or something.
I don't know. Another interesting thing about the villages, it's the STD capital of the world.
What are you talking about?
That is real.
How?
What do you mean how? They're all retired and doing stuff with each other. It's literally there's
They're not doing anything with each other.
Mark, look it up. It has the most STDs in that circle than anywhere else.
I think that's fake.
It's not. It's true. Anybody in the comments?
Well, I guess they are decently young yet. They're not like it's not
You
like a
can
nursing
get in
home.
you can get in at like 55, I think. I don't even
So
think
okay,
you
you
have
could still be doing stuff at 55.
to- Yeah. You can I would hope so. Fuck. Anyway, that's a little off topic. The what was I saying? Oh, they have like clubs and stuff too. Like if
It's
you want to go
it's really
sewing,
nice.
they have like I think woodworking. You know, Mark, big woodworking guy.
Well, yeah, because all these old people have to.
They're gonna
find
kill
stuff.
themselves if they ain't gonna do nothing but sit in a pool all day. I know I would.
What are you gonna do when you retire? Are you going to retire or?
I'll be
what-
retired
what's
at
your-
35.
Okay, and then once you retire, what are you gonna do with your time until you expire?
I haven't really thought that far, but summer's up north.
But doing what? Just hanging out?
No, I'll be finding a hobby at that point.
Okay, what kind of hobby do you think? you'll
Pickleball will
find?
be one of them. I'm telling you, I'll be playing
prepared yourself.
pickleball, skiing. Those two things you can do until you're very, very old.
That's true.
And I'm glad I like them when I'm young. I don't know, like I love driving. I do.
You could be a bus driver.
No. I love driving. I just go on drives. Good old Sunday drive. You
I
like
know-
doing those, Mark?
So you got to get yourself a classic car just to cruise around with.
I do have a classic car.
I know. So cruise around.
Classic German car.
I know what you mean though about just driving around.
No, it's just windy roads. I like going on windy roads.
We actually did a podcast on that, so if you guys want to check that out, we drove to Johnny. No,
What are you talking about?
what bar did we drive to?
Oh, Joe Mama's.
Joe Mama's. And we drove there, and we actually
Did we put that part in the podcast?
we took a video of us in the truck driving down the road.
I thought we just did audio on that one.
No, we had a video.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I just watched it the other day.
Oh. Yeah, no, that was good times.
Yeah, but no, so yeah, we were just I just came by and I was helping Ben. They snapped chalk lines for their pickleball, so they can get real serious with
Yeah.
him and his dad doing that. But no, good
It's
for them.
It's fun.
It's a good hobby.
It's really fun.
I actually played it a couple weekends ago with Ben, and it was cool. It's like tennis, but it's different than tennis because you don't have to cover so much court, and you can. It's basically like mini tennis. So
I wouldn't say that. I think
I
it's
would.
it's its own thing.
it's Middleton.
I
Mini
mean,
tennis.
pickleballers out there. I know Nathan Smith. Good guy.
Good guy.
He's a big pick. He's the
What's
one
he
that got
doing
me
nowadays?
into pickleballer. He's still working on the military base out in California.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Good. Well, you have any recent? Oh, do you want to say about your change of employment or no? Not yet.
I guess.
So
I'm switching jobs.
and so where you work in Mead now, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say where I'm going to work.
Okay. Well, how come you're leaving Mead?
Well, a new opportunity came along, and it's
Can you say what you're doing? Like what your profession is going to be?
no, I don't want to say any of that
Why?
because it's gonna be a surprise. I don't know. I don't want to say that. So
We're gonna do one of those TikTok videos where we're both gonna wear our work outfits and then switch them and say, "Can you tell who's the carpenter and who's the surprise?"
no, that sounds gay.
Now that
It sounds pretty gay.
A lot of
Mark.
things.
You
sound
just wanted
gay.
to switch outfits with me.
A lot of things sound gay once you hear them out loud.
Pretty much every other word you say.
But no, what were you saying?
I just-
you're changing jobs and
Better opportunity?
And can you do this job in the winter?
No.
No. Okay. So
Unless
then,
you're in a state that doesn't get winter,
so then what are you gonna do for the winter?
go to school. I have
Oh
to
yeah,
get
your
my
CDL class. That's right.
Well, not just that. That's just one part of it. I have to do classes and there's requirements.
Where
and
are you
all-
going to school?
At the union.
Oh, for the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So this year and next year will be that. I'll go to Switzerland this year.
Going to Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Are you Well, you've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah, I think I might do it. I might go there for a week. It's expensive. It'll probably be $3,000 for a week just for
Where
me.
is Switzerland in the geographical?
It's
Is
next
that
to
above
Germany.
Italy? Is it above Italy?
It's next to Germany, right? It's
Well,
it's,
somebody invaded.
I'll draw.
something.
It's like this, and then it's like it's all mountains.
Yeah.
Swiss Alps. I want to ski the Swiss Alps, the Matterhorn.
If you move to Switzerland, you're gonna have to pay socialist
Why would I move to Switzerland? It's expensive.
because it's a socialist country.
No, I just want to go there. I mean, Swiss girls too.
Are they blonde over there? I think they're blonde.
I think so. I don't know.
And they're-
Actually,
I imagine a Swiss girl being tall, blonde, and skinny, with blue eyes. But I guess
I
that
think
could be
you're
in
thinking
German,
of
too.
Sweden.
Oh yeah,
Sweden's
well,
are
Sweden and whatever.
no. Sweden is a Norwegian. Oh, maybe I'll just go to all Europe.
Well, they're all the same.
Not
kinda.
no, they're not.
Well, yeah, Spain is different
No,
than Russia.
they're all their own. Like German girls are different than French girls. And
Well, you would know because you were
Italian-
talking to a German girl, weren't you?
Not like that. No, she was just very interesting. I don't know. I like
What-
talking
what,
to foreign
what were you
people.
talking about?
I don't remember. A little bit. No, I was asking her a lot about the
You were asking her about
Cars.
cars, and then you were telling
the
overheard.
Audis, and then
You were telling her about the Audi and then the new R8 or something like that, and then you guys were talking about that.
Well, all right, it's done. They stopped in 2023.
Whatever. You said, well, maybe, I don't know.
No, but I was talking about the Audubon, and she said she went on it. And it was just interesting to talk to her and different culture.
Yeah, she was a foreign exchange student, but she was just back for the summer.
Well,
just to
she
hang
was
out.
in high school. I think she was
Yeah.
19 or 20. Oh, she's our
I
age.
think she was 20.
But then she just made friends with. That wasn't even her host. That one girl's house.
Yeah, I know. That's what she was saying. Their whole.
She just made friends
Yeah.
with her in high school and was visiting.
Yeah.
When was
Kind of
it?
like the
It was a couple-
Taylors and that Alexis.
No idea what you're talking about. They had an exchange student.
I think they did. I always saw him posting about it.
Huh. Remember
But no.
Tim Engelbert? I have him on Snapchat, so I like that guy.
Say that again.
Tim Engelbert, I think it is.
I recognize the name. I don't know who he is.
He was an exchange student, I think sophomore year.
Oh, was that Philip?
No, Philip was freshman year, and Philip was a little weird.
What about that one dude, Lucas?
Senior year? I never talked to him.
He was up with all the cool kids.
Oh, yeah. The cool kids that are partying in frats right now. Dude, I wish
But
I
it's
was.
not the school season
I wish I was. Oh, yeah. Dude, I forget about that.
because we're just working.
Yeah, I know,
it's
I know.
season.
I was, well, it's the working season. But no, I think I was at my friend's house, like, before the 4th of July, and there's this girl there that we know, and she's one of our friends, and I was like, why aren't you in school right now? She's like, it's summer. I was like, oh, all right. You guys get off of that. I don't know, high school just feels like so long ago that
That really
Everything-
does.
blurs. Yeah, it's just
Do
it's
you want to
different times.
rank trades in the? How do you want to rank them?
Give me a pool. Give me a pool.
Okay,
Five
but
trades.
I'm
I will
try-
rank
I'm
them.
trying to think how we should rank them. Like hardest, most blue collar.
Respect level. How about that?
There you go.
Let's
okay.
do respect level. Like how much we respect that trade. Give me
Okay.
5 trades.
Welders,
Okay.
carpenter.
What kind of welders? There's many types of welders, and that'll
Well, just-
determine. That will
Just
determine it. No.
Generic welders.
Well, there's production welders. There's
I
custom
know, but
welders.
if we-
Pipeline
but-
welders.
I know, but if you're only picking 5, we're just gonna rank the
Right,
top
fine,
5 welders.
fine welder. Okay, fine welders,
Welders, carpenters,
carpenters.
and then electricians,
Okay,
and then landscapers.
landscapers.
And
Dude, I wish I
Okay,
wish I
well,
cut lawn so I could be called blue collar.
okay, what's the definition of blue collar? Blue collar is anything that's not inside an office. Isn't that like the technical definition?
I don't know.
I feel like that's where it came from. Right?
I don't know. So we have welders, electricians,
Welders,
landscapers,
electricians, landscapers, carpenters.
carpenters, and one more.
I want to say plumbers, but that's kind of the same as electricians. I want
Not
something.
really.
I know, but like I want something different. That like,
Okay, dabble into something different.
what about like ranchers or farmers?
Ranchers / farmers.
There you go.
Okay. Ranchers and farmers. I might need to fucking write this down. Ranchers and farmers, welders,
Is that how you're
electricians.
ranking?
No. Ranchers and farmers, welders, electricians, carpenters, and landscapers. Ooh, because there's different.
And you got to give your reasoning too.
Okay, so 1 being the most respect, 5 being the least.
Yeah.
Let's start with 5. I'm gonna have to give this one. It's in between 2 of them, and it's hard. I'm gonna give it to
Oh.
landscapers. So
And why do you say that?
Because I don't really consider landscaping blue collar. I mean, you cut grass and you do once in a while you'll do a hardscape patio
I think that,
or you'll do a mulch bed. That's just
I'll let you finish
yard
talking.
work. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that what determines, so like, I think blue collar is anything that's not working inside a corporate office or a corporate setting. But then I feel like the trades, there's a difference between blue collar and the trades. And I feel like blue collar can be anything that's quote unquote outside of an office. Okay? Do you follow me?
If that's the way we're putting it.
And then I think that the trades, a trade is something that is a skill that you learn. Okay? So that's where I think landscaping falls in, where if you're just cutting grass, if all you do is have a lawn mowing company, that's great. You can make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, but if you're doing that as an employee, I just don't see that. I don't respect that as
'Cause
highly as
that's
other
not really,
trades.
Because that's not a trade. I guess it is a trade, but the barriers to entry are very, very low.
Well,
that
it's all
anybody can
bottom
do it.
feeders that work it most of the time. They're
Yeah.
just losers and
That anybody can get into. Whereas to be a plumber or a welder, you really got to put in the time and actually learn something. Cutting grass, you can do with your eyes closed, basically. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, not to just put people down that do it. I mean, if that's what you want to do and that's
If
great
you're
for
the
you,
like an owner of a, because I did, that's what I did, right? through high school.
That's different,
Was
though.
Cutting grass and
You
cutting grass
owning
and
it and you working for it is two different things.
cutting grass and eating bass.
You don't eat bass.
Says who?
Well, they don't taste good.
Whatever.
So,
But no, but then I think that there's.
let's move into the next one.
I know. I just want to
Okay.
expand on this. But then there is different kind of like landscapers where you just have the people who cut grass, and then you have like the hardscapers. I feel like the hardscapers are a level up.
Doing patios, that's a little more physically intensive, and that's
and
a little
you-
more.
and it's a little bit more. You thinking about it. You gotta
Right,
You gotta lay
right.
down the foundation. You gotta
no,
level it. You
that
gotta
is
put in all the
respectable.
bricks.
Hardscape's respectable.
Yeah, and then like putting
designing it.
design
If-
and putting in like sprinkler systems and shit like that.
Right. No, that's and you can. There's a sense of pride in that too.
And that's more like earthwork. That's on the brink of like excavation a little
Right.
bit.
That's more custom. That's more creative, and you're actually putting your mind into something,
Yeah.
and you can be proud of it.
Whereas
Like
cutting
you can
grass,
take pride in finishing a patio or a retaining
that
wall.
somebody else can't do. You know what I mean? How
Right.
someone would just put it on dirt, and then in a year it would be all dippy. You know, you got to have the foundation, the bed.
Yeah. Right. No.
Anyway,
agree.
so that's number 5, landscape.
You already know what's going at for.
I know it's for
Electricians. I hate electricians. Most of them. Because the ones I work with.
like residential electricians, or just like or just like if you're an electrician, there's a
Union
stereotype.
electricians, dude. I hate. Oh my god, the guys I work with. Speaking of that, I ran into Eric Johnson.
What's he
months
doing?
Ago. He's an electrician now.
Is he really?
Yeah, he quit college. He quit.
He was
I
at
know, I'm
Whitewater
proud
last
of him.
year.
I'm so proud of him. He's an exception.
What company? Do you know?
I forget. He's working with Dom, I think.
Oh, I don't know where Don. I feel like I know where Don
I
works,
think
but I don't.
he's union. He's union. That's what he's telling me. I don't know. I ran into him and his girlfriend.
Is he still with Caitlin?
Yeah.
Dude, he's lucky. I don't know. No offense to Eric. Well, he's a good kid. I can see why she went for him, but she seems a little out of his league.
I don't know. I think he's not a bad looking guy. I mean, he's more of a masculine. Yeah, he's a little chubby, but whatever. Some girls like that.
He's got a really good personality, though. Honestly,
he's good shit.
He's a really good
He's
friend.
good shit.
I like him.
Yeah, no. So that was a little side. But electricians, the electricians at Meade, they hired him from the hall because they needed
From where?
The hall, the union hall.
Oh, okay.
Dude, they are so lazy. They are so lazy. You have no idea. They take an hour lunch. They're not supposed to do that.
How long at lunch do you get?
We did like 35 minutes. We're supposed to do 30.
That's like your only break during the day, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not even used to that. I mean, it's kind of nice getting to sit in a truck for a while.
Yeah.
But
No, the electricians. So what do the electricians at Meade do exactly?
well, they finally started actually doing stuff with electricity. Before they were just doing
Conduit?
they were just throwing conduit in, and they barely did anything all day. They worked 8s for the first like 3 months of the job,
Must be nice.
and then they started 10s,
They're
and
never
that was a
dirty.
lot to them. And now they have a few crews on Saturdays now too. Ooh. Oh, they're finally getting the hours. So no, I'm not fond of electricians. The stereotype is true; they don't clean up their mess. Because what I did before, I never worked around any other people like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm around iron workers to dirt work to everything,
Yeah.
to drill rigs, everything. No, but yeah, electricians at 4. So what do we got left? We got landscapers at 5, electricians at 4, and the only reason I put electricians at 4 is because you use your brain when you're doing like tinkering with like
And you gotta know
yeah,
about volts and like
right.
I could learn, and I know enough to do something stupid, but that's a good quote. Maybe I know enough
in
to
the
do-
works.
But no, but like yeah. So there is a lot of things that you need to know, and there's different. Just like with landscapers, there's different tiers of electricians, where there's some you learn more than others. But yeah, I mean, there's just one at the job site that we have, and nothing against him, but he comes in wearing like these, like not basketball shorts, but like just regular short, like athletic shorts to the job site. Like, wouldn't you wear either cargo shorts or just work pants? You know what I mean? And then he's sitting there, and he doesn't wear a tool belt. He just has all of his tools like in boxes, and then he has to like get up. And he can't put them on his waistband, so like when he's working on something, he's there on his knees, and he's got these. Nothing against him, but he's got these big glasses, and he looks. To be honest, he looks gay. Just because it's like he's there, and it's like if you want to look like a construction worker, put on a pair of jeans and a tool belt, so that way you're like you can't. You have a drill in one hand, you have all your electrical tools, your snap, your pliers, your linemen's, everything.
Yeah.
Why would you not put that? It just looks so weird that you know what I mean, but.
Yeah.
No, but he's kind of a dorky guy. like I try and make. That's the one thing that I don't like. This is a little side note, but when you're on a job site, like making conversation and just being pleasant to be around. Not that it's not bad if you don't want to talk. Like that's fine. Like I'm not saying that when I go into the house that I'm working on, like you gotta be all hey. Like if you don't want to talk, I don't care. But it's like when you have a personality, it's a lot easier to shoot the shit with everybody. Whereas when he's just sitting there with his earbuds in, doing his thing, and we try and talk to him and say, hey, would you mind doing this? Thanks, or like just shooting the shit with him, and he doesn't have a personality. It's like, just, I don't know. It's not good. And some of the, I guess it's just kind of with the trade, but some of the Finnish carpenters, because they're kind of anal, because they're Finnish carpenters, so they got to have everything exact. He's real, I don't want to say he's a prick, because he's a decent guy. He does good work, but he's just very focused on his work, and like he's very particular. And I guess that like I couldn't do his job as nearly as good as he does it, because all my cuts would be, I'm not the exact kind of guy, or I just don't have the patience for it. But you know what I mean? There's nothing against him, but he's very particular.
Yeah.
And it kind of,
no, I get
if you're doing something different, it kind of is just interesting. But no,
right.
So we have electricians, so we have welders, farmers, and carpenters left.
Okay, so yeah. Welders, farmers, and carpentry.
And this is based off of like the respect that you get from your fellow blue collar workers.
This is a tough one for 3 and 2. 2 and 3. I'm stuck between welders and carpentry.
You're putting farmers at number 1?
I'm putting farmers and ranchers at 1. Out of the list you gave me, I think that farmers have the most suicide rate.
That's true. I heard that.
That's just a very stressful. There's very, very little money in those two.
Low reward.
Yeah, you're doing it for other people. You're not doing it for yourself. So that's why farmers and ranchers go at number 1.
I agree with that.
I mean, I haven't really worked around many carpenters, not many welders either, but I've heard like pipeline welders. I'm gonna put welders in 3, just for the reason that they're so damn cocky. That is a stereotype.
They think that they're number 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna put welders there in 3, and then carpentry that goes in 2. That involves a lot of geometry. And I give props to you for that, Mark. So I'm gonna give you a list now.
I was gonna say
another 5 trades. We'll start with ironworkers.
Okay.
Sky Cowboys. Ironworkers, HVAC, road construction,
Okay.
and ironworkers, road construction, HVAC, plumbing.
Plumbing. Okay.
Pipeline.
Pipeline welders. What pipeline?
Pipeline laborers. I don't know.
No. What? Come up with something. What do you mean pipeline?
I don't know. Pipeline.
The only 2 workers on a pipeline are welders or laborers.
And operators.
And operators. So should we do operators?
And fitters.
Should we do equipment operators?
Yeah, let's do operators.
Iron workers.
Ironworkers.
Plumbers.
HVAC.
And what else?
Ironworkers, plumbers, HVAC, operators, road construction.
Road construction. Okay. So, this is hard because I can't see them. Ironworkers.
That's why it was so hard for me. We don't have nothing.
Ironworkers, road construction, operators,
Let me write it down in my notes.
HVAC and plumbers was in there, right?
Yeah, plumbers.
I'm gonna have to say plumbers at number 5
Really?
out of that list.
HVAC. Iron. Over HVAC?
Yeah.
I think HVAC would go to. Why do you put them?
I just feel like with plumbers, it all depends what kind of plumbing you're doing, but at the end of the day, shit runs downhill. Like plumbers, what are you really doing? You're playing with Legos. You're just snapping pecs together. You know what I mean?
I get not all the time.
In the old,
depends.
you're still doing. It's like, okay, I will admit that soldering is hard. I took that in high school, soldering the pipe, the copper pipe, and shit like that. That was difficult because you got to get the flame just right, and then when you put I forgot what they even call it, the solder wire on there, it's supposed to just wrap around. But it's an art for sure. But I think that at the end of the day, I feel like, well, no, I take that back. HVAC is number 5.
Yeah, thank you. That was what I was.
Because I'm just thinking about what HVAC does. And I'm like, okay, you got a brand new air conditioner, you set it up, you plug it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with a
HVAC's
furnace.
at 5. I agree.
And then like running ductwork, like that's simple enough. It's just the same as kind of carpentry in that way. You're just building a little track in there. You know what I mean? It's nothing.
So you're putting HVAC at 5, plumbers at 4 for those two. Okay. So
plumbers
now
at 4.
We got, here's the list. You can see them now. Ironworkers, operators, road construction.
So number 3 is going to have to go to. I feel like road construction.
Okay. Why do you say that?
I say that because with road construction, it's a. What do you do with road construction? Basically, you take away the old road with equipment, and then you put down a fresh layer of gravel, or you level it, or you widen it, or you take out some earth and you fill it in. You know what I mean? You reconstruct it a little bit, and then after that, you grade it, you compact it, and then you pour concrete or you pour asphalt.
Yeah, those two trades are very hard, though. It's very physical bearing work.
I know concrete is hard.
Concrete's harder than asphalt.
I haven't done asphalt.
Concrete's harder than asphalt.
But no,
it depends what concrete, though.
I guess road construction, we're just going to split this into concrete and
asphalt.
Yeah. I have zero experience with asphalt.
That shit's hot, dude. That shit's hot.
Yeah.
No,
but concrete, I've done a good amount of concrete work, and that is difficult. That's a trade. That's a skill. It's not super terribly difficult, but there is an art to it. You know, and you can definitely see.
Oh, there is an art.
You can definitely see somebody who's doing it for. The outcomes may be structurally fine and good enough visually, but at the end of the day, the time it took
it's hard to be perfect, and that's something you really got to take pride in. Same thing with asphalt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put that at number 3 just because it's simple enough. Well, I put that at number 3 for the reasons why operators are number 2.
Why is that?
I'd say operators are number 2. Operators are number 2 because there's a lot of finesse that goes into operating a piece of equipment.
That is true. I agree.
And it's not as easy as it
looks. Good
looks.
Operators, but there are operators that, I will say this right now. I'm in the labor union right now, but there are operators at the construction site I'm working at right now. I look at them, like some of the loader guys for me. There's one in particular, I don't want to name names, but he's like 50 years old almost. He has no finesse. I could hop in that loader. Never ran a loader. It's a big loader. It's a 744 John Deere.
Yeah.
Big ass loader. But I know, give me a week and I will have more finesse than that guy. It's just so shit. It's just like, dude, you're fucking almost at retiring age and you can't figure this shit out yet. Can't teach. Oh,
an old dog, new tricks.
Thank you for finishing it. I stuttered there.
There you go. But
so you got operators at 2?
Yeah, I have operators at 2 because of the finesse. At my old job that I worked at, we were working with mini excavators, so that's not for any operator. That's like cranes are 10 times harder. You know, bigger equipment is harder. But like even the mini excavators, we were running a Bobcat E50. That was the biggest one we had, E55, which is a decent size. I mean, it's a mini excavator, but the amount of finesse, because we were doing duct work kind of like you're doing with electrical, but we were doing it for fiber. So there's a lot of finesse with the teeth where you got to go the ductwork and find the cable and scrape, and you got to make the holes a certain size. And there's a lot of, you can make it real. Like when there's one guy, his nickname is Hot Rod, and he got that nickname because at his old job he was driving the company vehicle going like 100 down the highway. Anyways, that's his nickname. But when you see him operate, he's the best operator that I know, in my opinion, just because it's so fluid. The way he digs and scoops and just maneuvers and then dumps it and rattles.
There's no waste of movement.
Exactly.
That's how my operator is too.
And it's you think that you look at him do it and you're like, oh, that's easy or whatever. But then once you get in it, you got 17 different controls that move it every which way. You pull up on it, and the whole thing pulls up, but you're going to dump your bucket. So you got to curl your bucket, you got to extend your arm while you're curling up. You know what I mean? You're doing like 10 things at once, and it's all muscle memory at that point. But
right. But
no, it is very, That's why I put that. And then for number one, I put iron workers at number one just because
I would agree
of
there.
the sheer shit they got to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's hard work. Iron workers.
That's very, very labor intensive work. Like you got to carry rebar on your back. Like I don't know how long the rebar is. I want to say, but like when you're doing bridges and stuff like that and building that.
Well, dude, I'm watching them swing these beams. So
Yeah.
these crane operators, they got that's a little sidetrack. That's about more operator work, but
Yeah, crane operators are very.
that's a very stressful job, I feel like. But no, so crane operator swings this beam and they gotta like not catch it, but like guide it in, and then put these huge ass bolts in.
Yeah.
Because these beams are, I don't even know how big. I mean,
They're I-beams, right?
yeah, they're I-beams. They're probably as thick as you.
Yeah.
And then like 20 feet long.
Yeah.
And they're just all day long just pounding them in. And like, I don't even know how it works, but I wouldn't want to be climbing or walking on a fucking beam 80 feet up in the air in the cities, hundreds of feet up in the air. No, that ain't.
It's crazy.
That's a lifestyle.
It is for sure. And there's a lot of like the most common blue collar trades, like carpenters for instance, or the ease of entry, the barriers of entry are very low, like carpentry or anything like landscaping or whatever. It's like that's something you can do, but they're like because right, I mean I always just like looking for new stuff to do, and there's so much cool stuff that you can do and still be blue collar or do something that makes you happy, like working with your hands.
Go work out on an oil field.
Exactly, like you know how fun that would be. And then like have you seen those guys?
That'd be shit work. But you're working 20-hour days, 2
Yeah.
weeks on, 2 weeks off, but you're making a shit ton of money.
And then like have you seen the lineman workers?
Lineman, that's
That like gets
good.
sent in by a helicopter, you know?
I want to do that. You know what I really want to do? This is like a stupid easy job and they make stupid money, but I don't know how
Is
you
it
get
the windmill people?
No, not the windmill people. They go the cell towers. They
Oh,
replace
yeah.
the fucking light bulbs on towers. They climb up
Yeah.
and then replace the light bulb and boom, plus $3,000 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how you get into that. You gotta
I don't
know
either.
somebody.
Yeah, you got to. That's not a
No.
common trade at all. There's not many people. They probably go. They got like, I don't know. Here's an estimate. Like they got like 20 people
Yeah.
in a fucking region, not even a state.
Yeah. But no, there's a lot of variety in blue collar work or working with your hands. That's not just the basic carpenter,
Right.
asphalt, concrete, you know. But
I think
I
asphalt's very
personally like doing a little bit of every trade. I don't mind not
Right.
sticking with carpentry. Do you mind dabbling in like?
Well, so I'm only. We're young yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point where we gotta stick with something.
Yeah, that's what I'm. that's
Otherwise,
kinda where I'm at right
you're gonna
now.
not learn anything to be a master at it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna learn it to enough to quit. That's what. I don't know. I do like trying new things though, but there's only so much you can do before it's like, all right, now you gotta like stick with something.
Yeah, and then become a master at it and grow your business.
Yeah. Well, show what I'm going into now. I mean, worst comes to it, I can choose a different trade and still do the same
Yeah.
job because it's union. So, but holy crap, we've already been doing this for over half an hour. I think that was a pretty good episode, Mark. We didn't get to talk about everything we wanted to talk about today, but
You can save that for a different day.
we'll save that one for a different day.
That was a really good episode. That
it
one
was.
flowed well.
It was very flowage, like a river.
Like the
Mark's wearing some nice 5-inch seams showing off his legs. A little gay, you know. 7-inch seam is standard, but he likes the
I don't know,
fives.
You guys can't see it because of the bar, but that's all right.
Show your pecker off there, buddy.
It's cool.
All right. Well, thanks for watching,
hoochie
everybody. Okay. Thanks for watching Benchmark
Lion
Podcast.
Frame? I don't know.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Take it easy, and stay tuned. Hope that was enjoyable. That was a pretty fun episode. And comment if you're on YouTube. Comment if you're on Spotify.
Ginsel comment.
Ginsel comment. But we'd just be curious to know what your, even if there's blue collar trades that we didn't say, which one do you think is the top or like the most respected? Because for me, it's like it's got to be welders or iron workers or we talked about that. But
welders. I'd say mine would be iron workers, oil rigs, like working on an oil rig, and road construction. That's a little biased, but
yeah. But no, let us know what you think, because I'm very curious to know what you guys how your opinions stack up with us, because we've only been in a handful of trades ourselves, so
Yeah.
we're like very biased towards our section. But if you've done a whole different thing, let us know what you think of the other trades and all that stuff. So thanks for listening to Benchmark Radio. Tune in for the next one. Bye.